All right, for y'all that do know, you know what this is, a 42-foot Freeman catamaran style boat. Probably the baddest fishing machine on the planet. This one right here is awesome. Proud of this thing right here. This is what we call vice versa fishing. We keep it down here in the Keys. I tell you, I don't think there's a wave out there too big for this thing. I've had it out in 6 and 8 10-footers. Fished in it quite a bit in 6 and 8s. It performs well. That's the beauty of a Freeman. It's a catamaran hull, so it cuts through the waves really, really well. It doesn't list like a monohull. With this catamaran hull, it's just basically locked on the water. It might go up and down, obviously, with the waves, but it really performs well. What I also love about it is how much space this thing has. You know, when you're dealing with a boat like this, it's all about square footage of fishing space. You know, with a monohull, it's gonna get much narrower in the front. Obviously, most monohulls are pretty wide in the back, but this thing is over 10 feet wide in the back. And again, it carries that width all the way to the front. So you have tons of room in this boat here. This is the cockpit right here. We got the rocket launchers. We'll jump in, I'll show you some of these things. But this is where the magic happens when we're fishing, right? Then we've got a real comfortable area for all the people to sit and kind of take a break. And then we've got the lounge chairs in the front as well. Now what's pushing this bad boy is a quad set of Yamaha 300. This is the XTO frames, internal steering, unbelievable platform right here. Very reliable, very fuel efficient. Looks great on the back of this boat as well, but this is what pushes. So now, we did a little walk down the side. Let's jump in and show you some cool stuff inside this thing. All right, now we're in the cockpit area. This is where the magic goes down. And that's the beauty of the Freeman, how much square footage you have back here in the back of this thing. Again, 10 feet wide, tons of room. This is what we call the rocket launcher. So everybody's saying, what is this thing right here? It's like a table, it's a cutting board. Well, this is what we call the rocket launcher. This is where we put our rods when we're out tournament fishing, or if we're out mahi fishing. We'll keep the rods right here. This is where we can pick them up and actually cast them out. We'll kind of keep them loaded and ready to go. If we're sail fishing, we have the kites with the outriggers going on, you know, we'll work our rods from here. And this is a pretty neat little area. A lot of action happens right here. But another cool feature about this little magnetic board. A lot of people think this is a cutting board, but this is your little rigging station. So here's a hook right here that we used today. Look at this. Don't locked it down right there. So there's magnets underneath here. So as you're rigging and the wind's blowing, the boat's moving around, your stuff is not all falling all over the place. Here, the scissors all staying put. Look at that. Locks them right in place. And usually we'll have our, you know, our leader line. We'll have like hooks. Of course, we have this little drawer right here. We have all of our stuff in here that we keep. De-hookers, zip ties, different things that we use, you know, while we're fishing and rigging stuff. But this is where the magic goes down. And then on the back of this Freeman, we've got what we call the cooler tackle station setup. Some of the boats you've seen online will have seats. This will actually be a seat right here and a seat right here, and people will sit, you know, facing backwards, and they can't really rig tackle. They'll have the coolers below the seat, which is, some people like that a lot. For me, I've always liked this being our tackle rigging station. We have our cooler right here, so we keep our waters in here, food and drinks on this side as well. And then we can keep all of the hooks and stuff, and we can keep all of our tackle in here. It's a little bit of a mess right there. I should have cleaned this up. But our little tackle boxes in there, tackle boxes and leader line in here. And again, we're rigging as we're running, which is really nice. It's a nice little way to kind of do all your stuff. And of course, we keep our hooks here. So this is really, again, where the magic goes down. And then of course, if we're riding for a long time, I'll just sit right here and just chill. So this is basically how I like to have the back of my boat set up, just like this. Again, online you'll see lots of different people with seating configurations, different things going on, but this is the way I like it. All right, now moving up here in the front, nice little tackle station right here on the side. This is where we can keep all of our boxes here, keep a lot of our tackle. I'll kind of set this up according to what we're fishing. You know, if we're down here in the Keys, snapper fishing, mahi fishing, you know, we've got hooks, weights, you know, little troll plugs. If it's sailfish season, we've got kite stuff, corks, all the different things that you need for your sailfish bite. But that's a nice area there for lots of storage for tackle. Here, so 6 people can chill right here and underneath the hard top, get out of the sun, relax. People are back here in the back. It's just the perfect seating area. These seats are super comfortable as well. This is pretty awesome little spot right here. It's like spaceship cockpit, right? 24-inch Garmin's here. Awesome. Of course, we have the Yamaha Helm Master binnacles here, which is awesome, all fly-by-wire. We've got the Yamaha control panel right here that tells you all your RPMs, your fuel mileage, all the different things that you need to know. And then of course you've got this joystick, which is awesome. So, you know, this is a great tool and an addition to any boat, especially with quad engines. When you need to get in those little tight spots, the wind's blowing, there's a lot of current, you're trying to figure out how to park in this little tight spot. This joystick right here will get you out of trouble. It's a great feature by Yamaha. It allows this boat to really just maneuver unbelievably in that current. All those engines independently, we start moving around, forward, backwards. It does all this magic, puts this boat exactly where you want it. A lot of protection here with the isinglass. On this boat, I actually have these wings that you attach right here. I don't have them on the boat right now, but you attach these wings on the side, and they'll attach here out to the gunnel, and that actually blocks the waves and the wind. If it's real snotty outside, a lot of waves, a lot of spray, we'll put those wings up. Or if it's cold or raining, again, it's a great feature to have. But other than that, this thing right here keeps a lot of the wind off of you. Up top here, we've got 2 VHF radios, and the reason we have 2, it's a good little feature to have. So if you want to really be in tune, so we keep one of the radios on the local fishing channel. So if we're on, down here in the Keys, Islamorada, we'll have it on a certain channel that the captains are on. Then we'll keep the other radio on your open channel, like your 16 or something like that, in case there's something going on. So we'll have basically 2 lines of communication through our VHF, which is really nice. So having the double there, of course, we have the mic down here on the bottom that we can communicate, and then up top in the tower, which is the second station, which has all these same controls, by the way, you can talk to the radio up there as well. So it's a really great feature here. And again, with the double row seating, just comfortable. It's just comfortable. I've taken so many people for rides on this boat, and they're just amazed at how well these Freemans ride. It's just comfortable. It's just plain and simple. One of the cool things about this boat here is the lighting options. This is cool, guys. Check this out. So we have this right here, this Offshore. So we have all the zones, which I can turn all the lights off. You see all these lights are on right now, the blue lights and the outside underwater lights. But I can do the under gunnel, I can do the dome. So I can take the dome right now, and look at this. Watch this, guys. We're gonna change this color. Pretty cool, huh? We can make it this, we can make it red, we can make it brighter, we can bring it down. This is cool. So depending on your mood and what's going on, we can do a little green for getting lucky. You know what I'm saying? All right, there we go. Pretty cool. And then also, you can adjust your under gunnels as well, doing the same thing. You can change the colors of these to different. Look at that. We can make it red, orange, however you want. I like the blues a lot. Of course, you know me in blue. Of course, we have the kicker audio as well, all matched up to this Garmin, so I can play all the music through here, adjust the speakers. We'll get into the stereo system here in a minute. This thing's pretty crazy. Matter of fact, this boat is sponsored by Kicker. It's got the Kicker wrap on the side of it. So if you're down here at Bass Pro Shops in Islamorada, you probably would have seen it at the dock there. Kicker makes really great marine speakers, and they loaded this thing up. So between the Garmin 24s, the Garmin sonar, everything that we've got going on with the Garmin charts, we've got the Kicker radio. This thing is good. So this little area right here, this is called Suzanne's Sun Lounger. That's what it is, because this is where she sits right here as we ride around. This is where the kids like to kind of lay out. It's a nice little area right here in the front. And it also is the fish box. So on this side, which is huge, I could put ice in there, but I keep a lot of my dry stuff in there. I keep a lot of my camera gear, different things I need to keep dry and safe. I keep it right here on this side. Now this side is my ice box. This is where I keep all of my fish. We fill this thing full of ice, and this is where we put our chum. This is where we put our fish that we catch, and we load this thing up all the time. So this is a nice little area right here on the front. So yeah, this little spot right here, pretty chill. This is where everybody likes to kind of just hang out. Now the other thing about this boat that is pretty unique is the amount of rod holders that it has. I want to say there's more than 50 on this boat, between the gunnels, like every few feet on the gunnel, all down the fish box here on both sides, all in the back, all up the tower, all up the back of the T-top. Rod holders galore. I mean, Billy built a fishing boat with some unbelievable creature comforts on it at the same time that provide a great opportunity for a family to have a boat like this, do hardcore fishing, do all the fun stuff that you want to do, travel across the ocean, go to the Bahamas, safely get where you need to get, and at the same time, do those sunset tours, go to the sandbar, do those family things. When there's no rods on the boat, you can enjoy this boat tremendously just by the way it's all laid out. Now here on the front of my boat, I've added, and I don't carry this cooler all the time, but we're down here fishing right now. We've been snapper fishing. We carry a lot of extra chum, a lot of different things like that as well. I carry this giant Engel cooler right here, guys. This is a 240 quart. This is where we'll keep all of our chum right here. We've got some fish fillets from some snapper that we caught. And there's a bonita right there that we caught the other night as well that we'll use for cut bait. And so basically this cooler stays right here. And it's big enough, it's always full of so much stuff that it just stays exactly where we want it. Now, it has great seating as well. Like the other day we were riding, had 2 or 3 people sitting up here in the front, just kind of chilling as we went across. Nice flat day, they set up here. And then of course, if you're fishing, like during sailfish season, man, you're up here on the front of the boat a lot of times, you know, ready to go, ready to cast on. You can sit down as we move around. And this adds a nice little area here. And Engel offers, this is a 240 quart cooler, they offer pads for the top of their coolers. And I'm not 100% sure that Engel has a pad seating for a 240, but I bet they do. And if not, you could also get one made custom or get Deckit to actually make a top for this thing and add a little bit of some softness to it, some grip. So it'd be kind of nice. You could actually customize the top of this Engel with some Deckit. It'd be pretty cool. Here up on the front, we've got the 2 big oversized compartments. This is where we keep our anchor ropes, our anchor balls. Everything's in these 2 compartments here. Big oversized. Got tons of rope. I carry 2 anchors in the front, 1 for the stern, 1 for the bow. Especially if we're doing sandbar, we'll put 1 on the stern. But we've got 1 big anchor in the front. You know, when we're refishing or doing anything like that, getting bait, a lot of times we want to anchor. Nice little area right up here on the front. The one thing that Freeman's known for is the amount of storage in these boats. This thing is amazing. So each side of this boat, you have the gunnel of this side of the catamaran. Of course, likewise on the other. Very large, deep compartments right here, guys, full of everything. I've got life jackets, I've got ladders in there, I've got bean bags in there. I carry all of our stuff here. We got a water tank inside of this one. Storage galore on this boat, guys. Again, 3 big giant floor hatches right here. As you come back here to the back again, we've got access panel back here in the back that goes to all your bilge pumps. Keep a lot of our deep drop weights, all that stuff in there as well. We got a live well here, floor live well here, and another matching floor live well over there. Speaking of live wells, the other thing we have, live wells right here on the back as well. Look, I've got all that bait in there. This is what we're gonna do tonight. We're gonna go tarpon fishing tonight.
Oh, that's awesome! Oh,
so I've kept this bait in here all day. I caught it this morning, and all day here at the dock, that live well's been running and that bait is perfectly fine. So really great system, obviously. A lot of water flow goes through there, and that's what you need to keep live bait alive. It's all about the amount of water you can push through these live wells, and they're designed perfect for that. So again, when Billy designed all of his boats, it was always fishing #1, but now we've been able to add in a lot of these creature comforts with the great seating, the big hard tops, all the different things that we get to enjoy in this boat to make it comfortable in a family fishing vessel. You know, keeping the boat clean is a big deal. We've got a freshwater washdown right here, got raw water on the other side as well. So I can flip the pump on, pump fresh water if you needed to kind of wash some salt off or start cleaning the boat on the way in. We'll do that with this hose here. We got the other hose on the other side that has the raw water, which is your salt water. So as we're out fishing, we might get a little fish slime or blood on the boat. We'll spray that thing down. So now let's get to my favorite part. I don't jam out music too much in my bass boat, but when I get in this thing, I'm jamming, okay? I'm jamming. This is my little zen spot right here. So we're jamming the latest and greatest. Kicker Marine audio, guys. I've got over 20 speakers in this boat. I've got 4 amps in this thing. This thing is amazing. It sounds so good. I've got a 12 here, a 12 there, 8s here, 6 8s in the T-top. Let me show you the front of this thing. Check out these right here. Big old 12 right there, right next to an 8-inch with a special horn inside of it. This thing is loud. It sounds good. So with over 20 speakers, 4 amps, Kicker Marine Audio is doing its job in this boat. It's the second boat I've had rigged out with this thing. So, hey, here's the deal. When I had my first car that I had, I put kickers in the back of it. The first boat I had was actually a bass tracker. We put kickers in the back of that thing in a box. I mean, you know what I'm saying. How many of these old bass heads are out there watching these videos where I used to tweak everything out? I wanted to put kickers on my bicycle. But we've got them on the boat, guys, and they're awesome. So listen, if you want to repower your boat or your car, obviously check out Kicker. And also they have a lot of options for side-by-sides and golf carts as well. All right, throughout this boat, I have Deckit. Deckit is awesome, guys. It's different than the competition. It's the leader in this category, marine flooring. And why do I have Deckit? Number one, I think it looks good. We can do some logos in it as well. It adds that softness so your back doesn't hurt. It just adds that little bit of extra comfort to the back of this boat. And people are always asking me like, oh, does it stain up bad? Like when you catch fish and there's blood and all this stuff? No, it doesn't. And here's why. Because Deckit's built different. It's closed cell foam. Unlike the competition, which is a lot of open cell foam, which absorbs that blood and that fish slime and those stains, this closed cell foam blocks that from setting in. So you're not going to get those stains that kind of just stick on here. I clean this boat simply with your standard Starbright boat soap, and it comes clean every single time, and it looks good. And the other part about it, if you do have an issue where you maybe catch a big swordfish, or somebody puts a cut in it somehow, you drop a knife, you do some things to it where you might need to replace a panel, you can call up the great guys at Deck It. They will cut you a panel, they'll come back out and put one in, or they'll ship it to you and you can do it yourself. This stuff comes up complete. It doesn't come up in pieces, again, like the competitors. The competitors soak up a lot of that water, it gets brittle, it gets spongy, and it comes apart in pieces. This Deck It stays together, so if I need to replace this lid right here, pull it off, Deck It sends me a new one, I put it right back down. It's that easy. Pretty cool feature right here. Check this out, guys. I have this right here on the back of the boat. So now as we are running, I can watch where we are. And when we're out there getting bait, a lot of times with a sabiki, or we're deep dropping on ledges and we want to see where the fish are, we can turn and look. I have this 12-inch Garmin Echo Map right here on the back of the boat. So at any time while you're in the pit fishing, again, you can see where you are in relation to maybe a waypoint or what's going on, and you can watch the depth finder. So pretty sweet right there. They're right here under the boat now, but in a minute, this is gonna go bonkers. We're gonna get a bunch of fish on the screen right here. All right, so up here, we're up at what we'll call the crow's nest, or the second station. Again, we've got all the controls up here, full control with the engines, obviously steering. And it's nice, got a nice bench seat up here, so you can actually have, you know, another person join you, sit up here with you as well. A lot of times when we're in the tournaments, we've got two people up here. Sam's driving, he's looking for birds and activity. We usually have another person up here kind of doing the same thing. And you see these big black poles right here? A lot of people ask me, like, what are these things? What are these big, you see them sticking off the boat real tall, called outriggers. Outriggers are what we use when we're in these sailfish tournaments and we want to get our spread out away from the boat. So we'll lay them out to the side of the boat. They'll lay out, and then we clip with these little clips onto the line of the outrigger, and then we run our lines out. We can run 2 or 3 rods on the right side, 2 or 3 rods on the left side, and get them kind of away from the boat. Then we can run 2 rods down the middle, and then it just gives us a bigger footprint out there as we're either drifting or trolling. These outriggers are great. These are by Tigris Marine, which is awesome. The bases of these things are amazing. Great bases, these Tigris Marine bases, and this is carbon fiber Tigris outrigger poles, which is great, super lightweight, and that's what you want. You don't want a big heavy duty outriggers, because as the boat moves around, a lot of weight, you know, just not good. These carbon fiber are the deal. Now, again, up here on the front, I've got the Garmin radar, and I also have a FLIR camera, guys. Check this out. I'm gonna show you something pretty cool. Look at that. It's night vision. There's a boat in front of us right there that you can't see. Look at that. There's a boat off in the distance right there, and you can see it. So when I'm coming in at night, you can actually run. Is that a bat?
Yeah, it just landed.
Oh, that's cool. So it's nice because you can actually see stuff. So there's marker poles or another boat, for example. You can kind of watch that. So really cool stuff here on the top. And this is where we spend a lot of time here in Florida. You look at a lot of the Freemans over the years, and the ones in like South Carolina and up the East Coast, not a lot of them have a second station. Not sure why. I guess they just don't fish like we do down here. You know, it's a different way of doing it. We're running dolphin, we're running sailfish. You know, we're kind of looking for things. So being up a little higher above the T-top adds that extra little bit of height, and you can see things better, like the bait and of course the fish. And so a lot of the South Florida boats all have second stations. Again, a lot of the up north boats, they don't. And it's just the way different fisheries are. Storage and everything down here as well, where you can keep all the stuff in here. Of course, we have our binoculars, nice set of binoculars right there. We can kind of keep track of the birds, because I'm telling you, here's the thing about fishing down here in Florida. It's like you go out there and we ride around. We don't troll much here. We ride around and we're looking for something. We're like looking for a bird, we're looking for a flock of birds, we're looking for like debris in the water. A lot of times it's just like a log or a 2x4 or something floating in the water, and there's all this bait fish will be around it. You roll up there and there's just mahi everywhere, and it's just crazy. So being up here in what we call the crow's nest, looking around as you're driving, you see so much more. So that is the walkthrough of the most amazing custom fishing boat on the planet, guys. Honestly, so proud to have this boat. It's awesome. It was a dream of mine. And hey, I've got this thing for charter, so if you guys want to jump on it, come down to Isla Mirada, Florida. We've got a website called viceversafishing.com. Captain Samuel Lazo runs the boat. We've got Tyler being the mate. We take this thing out all the time, guys, so we'd love to get you on it. And the Yamaha package on this boat is flawless. So thank you, Freeman, for building such a great boat, and we'll see you guys. That's a little walkthrough right there, custom fishing boat. There you go.